which Harry was involved in helping design the last engineering. We're working on a coral reef X Prize. How do we're losing coral reefs at a stunning rate because of the big changes in warming oceans. Can we in fact use robotics or biotech to in fact change that and increase the new plantations and the spawning of corals faster? There's a multitude of prizes. One of the ones I'm most excited about right now is I so want to do this. It's a fire detection and extinction prize. The way we fight fires hasn't changed. I want the X Prize, I'm talking to the campus funders right now, you give a team 500 square kilometers, and you say someplace in this 500 square kilometers, we're going to light the fire. Once it grows to this level of lumens, let's say 10 times a campfire, you have to put it out in 10 minutes or less. I don't care how you do it, what technology you use, and so it's a very measurable, very objective prize. I think it's very exposable, and it's something that could be protecting forests around the world at scale. I think the insurance industry would pay for it. So, I'd love to have a conversation about what people saw. A few meta trends that I see at CES this year has been just tell me fire.
Everybody gets these shirts.
So one of the things that's going on, there's an increase in VR. Yes. A lot of VR. We're going to see at A360 this year, we have two major modules, one on VR and one on AR. It's some amazing people coming to speak about that, the implications of that, the transformation of our lives, the result of that. Another thing was, in fact, mobility. What we saw this year at A360, at CES, I saw were these mobility pods, right? So it's not a matter of a car or a bus. It's sort of a third space, like a living room type of experience where you're in there. I don't know if any of you saw the LG opening session. They had this one pod and all of the windows become video screens and you're in an entertainment center going someplace. So I think, honestly, the car companies are screwed. I think we have over 100 car brands today. If you think about it, I think less than 10% will survive the next 10 to 15 years. I think in part because when you order an Uber or a Lyft, do you care what brand car you get into? No, you just care about the car service. And so it's going to be an interesting, I think, decimation of that marketplace. It's going to be, so if I were shorting markets, I'd consider shorting the automotive space in that regard. But one of the coolest things we saw I want to bring to A360 this year is the bread bot.
Yes.
Have you seen the bread bot?
That was outstanding.
I mean, amazing. So imagine a bot. It would go in a retail store. In one place is the ingredients for making bread, and then this bot actually mixes the bread, squeezes it out, bakes loaves, and then stacks loaves in this door you can open and pull out fresh loaves of bread. And so I was just tickled pink by that.
And it tastes great.
It tastes great.
It was outstanding.
I'm sure that's gluten free. Whatever you need. What were some other cool things that you saw? Who wants to, please?
The Bell helicopter.
Oh yeah, fantastic, right? So we saw the Bell helicopter, and by the way, to be clear, Bell changed their name from Bell Helicopter to Bell, right? To get rid of the word helicopter, because that's a specific device, but their Bell Nexus, I think they call it. We saw it last year as just the confinement chamber without propulsion, and this year they put the four, what was it called? It was 6?
Yeah,
pay attention. And they were, what do you call it when they're closed blades? They're ducted fans. Yeah. And so beautiful, right? There's probably about 30 serious vertical takeoff, vertical landing, aerial taxi companies out there. Bell, Embraer, Airbus, Boeing are all building these things. Why? because if you look at the numbers, the total production run of a 737, 727, any commercial, any private jet, is like a minuscule fraction of what these aerial taxis. The aerial taxis, in order for them to succeed at scale, will require like 100 times the production of any other commercial airplane ever made. It's a big bet for these companies. So pretty cool. Anybody see the Caterpillar? I think Caterpillar, the John Deere machine. Yeah. Welcome.
Caterpillar, yes. Hi.
Hi.
Harold Schinker.
Harold, pleasure. You know, everybody introduce themselves. Devin, you haven't yet, and Harold, you haven't yet. So take a second.
And by the way, guys, we've got a bunch of food on its way, and wine, and sparkling waters, and still waters, and everything. It's on its way.
Devin.
My name is Devin Spear, and
That's what I wanted.
I'm a serial entrepreneur. I started 6 companies, a lot of software companies, and today I work as a consultant, marketing strategy firm.
Where are you based?
Baltimore, Carolina,
Yeah, fantastic.
Silicon Valley in the East.
Yes, absolutely.
And I discovered, we discovered you a few months ago, and I joined Abundance Digital maybe 90 days ago.
Welcome.
And I'm like fully immersed. And I'm on the edge of some breakthrough. I have no idea what it is.
That's great.
A new company.
But it's great, and it's really, I mean, one of the things I'm grateful for is just the positive energy and attitude people bring to the conversations all the time, and the stories and so forth, and the amazing world that we live in. Right?
It's exciting.
Please.
I'm Harold Schinker. I've been in technology for many, many years, but actually in agriculture. I'm former CEO of Sunsweet Growers and at Hero Sunsweet was Peter DIamandis, focused particularly on agriculture and technology.
And did you see the John Deere harvester today?
No, I haven't, but I'm looking forward to
It's this giant vehicle. I mean, massive, autonomous. I mean, it would, no shit, it would fill this entire room, and it is got AI on board for as it's reaping the crops. It actually looks at the corn coming through and does analysis of it, of whether it should stop on that particular acreage land. But it's massive. I've not seen anything that large.
It's very exciting. All of those things in agriculture, you even know not almost by square foot what the soil is because of the history of the crop as things are harvested. So that next time they do it, put a little bit more phosphorus or whatever. Amazing things.
Incredible efficiencies. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for that. What else did people see on the floor today? If you were there today.
I saw a lot of AR growing rapidly and VR going the opposite directions.
So talk about, what do you mean by that?
A lot of companies are stopping their VR investments and just switching everything over to AR, saying that, we put 6 years into this. We see with AR that we're going to be able to do a hell of a lot more than with VR. But VR is still great for instructional video, putting things together, that type of
Gameplay.
thing.
We just can't. So HTC is going to be a major partner with us at.
Ooh-ha.
Peter will also be your waiter for this evening.
Oh, the other...
We have a food and beverage minute.
We have a 2016 Chardonnay here.
Yeah, but I don't know. So we were
I
at
got all
Live,
that for you.
and actually one of the coolest VR demos from Vive, which was an exercise machine with a new Vive wireless headset, and it was a steampunk thing where you're pedaling and you're controlling the device, and it was amazing. I mean, I worked out for around 10 minutes without knowing I was working out, and so I think wireless and this new interactive phase will really move us.
Yeah. The other amazing thing I saw was in medical, underbra breast pump.
Underbra
breast pump that you can wear all day. It's very slim. You hardly notice it at all.
Wow.
Whenever you have to pump, it automatically pumps you. It has its own.
Did you try it on?
No. I watched the demo though. No. It has its own plastic bag, flex, and it fills it up, and it keeps it stored there, and it seals it off that once you're ready to feed the baby. Then you take it out and just feed the baby normally. Packed. I couldn't believe it. It's an outstanding product. And the last one is the same. The last one I saw that keeps developing every single year is the French company that came last year with just a belt. And every senior in the world ought to get it because the prices come down. It detects when you're going to fall. And before you move 1/10 of a second, it inflates an airbag and breaks.
Oh, wow.
And they make the most. And this year they're back and they have vests for motorcycles. Surfing, everything under the sun. Amazing product. I can't wait for it to grow like it's going on now. Oh yeah, the belt has been available for 2 years. The helmets and everything.
My mom's been perfectly healthy until like 2 weeks ago, and now she got pneumonia, and now she's lost her balance.
And last year, right after I saw it, I was stupid enough to get on a hoverboard at my age and fell off and broke my hip. I said if I had the damn belt, I would have been safe.
Amazing. Amazing. What else do people see? Everybody see the Tesla suit? So we're talking about haptic suits. This is a London-based group of Russian engineers who built a very slim, very capable suit that's got piezoelectrics throughout, and it gives you a full body sensation of someone brushing you or touching you or prodding you. So
primarily for VR.
it's for training is their primary go-to, but it's Ready Player One ready, sort of the future.
They have a piezoelectric button essentially. So as it goes along, the mechanical button on the side, and it was basically just solid. At one moment, then when you press, it has feedback. A single button push and multiple buttons. The vision is to embed that in the screens that are actually.
Oh, interesting.
Like some shopping for clothing here. And it was one of the things where the demo was really what impressed me. Healing it.
Nice. So anybody see the LG roll-up TV?
Yep. So that was freaky.
That was fun. It's a thin TV that will about 65 inches. I think it's diagonal, and it rolls up into a tube about this big. So.
Or the foldable cell phone that looks like the wallet and it folds over and still keeps the dimensions right.
Like IBM's quantum computer, the size of it right now, thinking fast forwarding, 5, 10, 15 years, the size of it then, what that empowers.
Yeah, so it's a 20 qubit machine.
Yeah.
And the question really is, so I've been tracking quantum computing. A good friend of mine, Chad Rigetti, is the CEO of Rigetti Computing. And the challenge is that it's hard to compare, you can't compare qubits to qubits.
Right.
There's an error rate that confuses the whole thing. So Chad's got over 100 qubits. God knows what our friends up in Vancouver are doing. What are they called again? What? D-Wave, yeah, with D-Waves. But it's interesting. We're on the verge of quantum computing yielding, but we'll see.
The world's most expensive chandelier.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I'll come back. But let's grab. Are you photographers? Okay. So let's actually do a photo now before people start to depart. How about if you guys stand up and you guys turn around? And you go
Class picture.
Last picture.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Great. How wide can we go? Keep going more? Maybe you should stand on the chair.
I got it. Yeah.